everybody, welcome to JigglyMoly. Today, we're going to show you the list of the top 15 anime that showcase ancient Japan. Be sure to keep watching until the end of number 1, as it is without a doubt one of the most incredible examples of an anime that showcase ancient Japan that I have ever seen. There is a huge range of styles and subject matters covered in anime, making it accessible to viewers of all ages. It is packed with all of the information that anyone could possibly require at any given time. Because of the overall vibe that it exudes, anime with a setting that is based on ancient Japan is the most captivating of all the various types of anime. The period known as Ancient Japan was a time when Japan's nobility and military might be at their peak. The shogun, powerful warlords, and samurai warriors were among the most prominent figures in Japanese history during the time period known as the feudal era. Learning about this time period, which had a significant influence on the nation, can be done in a variety of different ways. Therefore, without further ado, let's take a look at the top 15 anime shows that you absolutely have to watch if you want to see ancient Japan. Number 15, Grenadier, The Senshi of Smiles, is a 12-episode Japanese anime series directed by Hiroshi Kojima and produced by Studio Live and Group TAC, airing from October 14, 2004 to January 1, 2005. It was initially broadcast on the network WOW. This combines the historical, adventure, comedy, eki, and shonen genres. It is classified as eki for a very good reason due to the female protagonist's appearance. However, this is a humorous eki in which neither sex nor graphic sex is present. Unknown is the time period in which Grenadier takes place. Environment-wise, it appears to take place in an alternative feudal Japan. However, the weapons appear to be a combination of 20th and 21st century design. However, the pistol owned by the female protagonist appears to be futuristic. Nevertheless, Grenadier has an intriguing plot. I initially believed that Grenadier had something to do with grenades. However, this is not the case. Grenadier follows the journeys of two characters, Rushuna Tendo and Yujiro Kojima. They are two polar opposites who each fight for different ideals. Nonetheless, they have been brought together. This series is an adaptation of the same-titled manga from 2003, which ceased publication in 2006. Grenadier is a series you may want to check out if you enjoy anime with attractive females and gunfights. Number 14, Katsugeki/Touken Ranbu. Katsugeki/Touken Ranbu is an action/fantasy anime television series that was produced by Studio Ufotable and directed by Toshiyuki Shirai. Hideyuki Fukasawa was responsible for the series' musical compositions. Touken Ranbu, a fighting game, served as inspiration for this. Between July 1st and September 23, 2017, the anime television series was broadcast. Production has begun on an animated feature film intended for theatrical release. The events of this anime take place in Japan in the year 1863, when the country is torn apart by conflict between pro-shogunate and anti-shogunate factions. Sword warrior Azumino Kami Kanasada is a Tsukumogami that was brought to life by the Sanwa. This Tsukumogami is based on a historical Japanese blade. They go after the time retrograde army with the help of a new recruit named Hokukai Kunihiro in order to retrieve a mysterious cargo that has the potential to alter the course of history. The second unit is fighting to preserve the proper order of events in time, and they have received assistance from Tanbokiri, Yagen Toshiro, Matsunokami Yoshiyuki, and Tsurumuru Kuninaga. Number 13, Rurouni Kenshin. The original story for the series was penned by Nobuhiro Watsuki, and Kazuhiro Furuhashi was the director of the anime adaptation. Studio Gallop was responsible for the animation, and later on in the course of the series, Studio Dean became involved. The manga was published from April 25, 1999, all the way through November 4, 1999, while the anime ran from January 10, 1996, all the way through September 8, 1998. Romance, martial arts, and adventure are the three primary genres. The events of the story take place toward the end of the Meiji era, and it begins with the protagonist, Kimura Kenshin, who was formerly an assassin for the Bakumatsu and is also known as the Hidokiri Betosai, the man-slaying master of the sword. Following the events that transpired against the shogunate, he is now a wanderer who has taken an oath to never kill again and to protect those in his immediate vicinity. Number 12, Inuyasha. Sunrise Studio is responsible for the production of Inuyasha, and the first series of the show aired on Yomiuri TV for 167 episodes between October 2000 and September 2004. Inuyasha, the final act, was the second series, and it aired for a total of 26 episodes between October 2009 and March 2010. After falling into a well in her family shrine, Kagome Higurashi, a middle school girl from modern-day Tokyo who is 15 years old, is transported to the Sengoku period. It is during this time that she meets the half-dog demon, half-human Inuyasha. The series begins with Kagome Higurashi. As soon as the holy Shirkan jewel begins to surface from its hiding place deep within Kagome's body, she breaks it into dozens of pieces, which then go on to be dispersed all over Japan. Together, Inuyasha and Kagome embark on a mission to retrieve the jewel fragments, and along the way, they are joined by a number of individuals, including the lustful monk Nuroku, the demon slayer Sengo, and the fox demon Shippo. Together, they embark on a quest to retrieve the Shirkan jewel and restore it to its former glory before the nefarious half-demon Neruku can get his hands on it. Number 11, Katanagatari. An action/martial arts anime series called Katanagatari was produced by the studio White Fox and broadcast on Fuji TV between the dates of January 26, 2010 and December 11, 2010. Yuzuri Shichika is a swordsman who fights without a sword, and Touken is an ambitious young strategist who seeks to collect 12 legendary swords for the shogun. Together, they tell the story of Katanagatari. Shichika is the son of an exiled war hero and the seventh head of the Kyoto-ryu school of fighting who lives on the isolated Fusho Island with his elder sister, Nanami. Touken is interested in him because of his bare-handed fighting style, which means that he will not be corrupted by the power of the swords if they come into contact with him. Touken, who has been betrayed before, convinces Shichika to accompany her on a mission to locate the deviant blades. They embark on a journey together across Edo-era Japan to collect the deviant blades, all wielded by formidable opponents. Number 10, Peacemaker Kurogane. The anime series Peacemaker Kurogane is a historical/samurai series that was produced by Studio Gonzo K.K and broadcast on TV Asahi and TV Kanagawa between October 7, 2003 and March 24, 2004. The series ran for a total of 66 episodes. Tetsunosuke Ichimura, a 15-year-old boy who is hyperactive, short, and acts very much like a child, is the protagonist of this anime. After their parents were brutally murdered, he and his older brother Tatsunosuke were left on their own to fend for themselves in the world. Tetsunosuke is intent on exacting revenge, but his brother, a pacifist, does not share this motivation. While Tetsu decides to become a member of a special police force known as the Shinsengumi in order to make a living, his brother, Tetsu, is considering becoming a member of the Shinsengumi in order to exact his vengeance. Tetsu, who is a struggling page, longs for redemption throughout the course of the story, which chronicles his trials and tribulations. He cultivates relationships with each of the legendary soldiers who serve in the Shinsengumi army, assisting them in overcoming their various challenges while simultaneously waging an ongoing war with himself. The turning point of the plot is when Tetsu realizes who he is as well as the immense weight of duty that comes with acquiring the power he has been seeking. Number 9, Basilisk, Kuga Ninpucho. Basilisk, Kuga Ninpucho is a historical/action anime series that was produced by Studio Gonzo K.K and broadcast on TV Saitama, TV Kanagawa, Chiba TV, KBS, and AT-X between April 13, 2005 and September 21, 2005. The series ran for a total of 21 episodes. The story focuses on two different clans. The IGA and the Kuga rivers for centuries upon centuries, these clans have been at each other's throats. Both clans want to get their hands on these scrolls. Whoever gets their hands on these scrolls will have their legacy continue for thousands upon thousands of years to come. The elders came to the conclusion that it would be best to marry off two members of each side to each other in order to put an end to the constant bloodshed between both sides and to establish a truce between both sides until the marriage between their chosen leaders could be finalized. Number 8, House of Five Leaves. The drama/martial arts anime series House of Five Leaves was produced by the Studio Manglobe and broadcast on Fuji TV from April 15, 2010 until July 1, 2010. The series ran for a total of 13 episodes. In the novel, which is set in Japan during the Edo period, the protagonist, Masanosuke Kitsu, is a ronin, wandering samurai, who is also a skilled swordsman but whose timid personality frequently causes him to be fired from his jobs. One day, he comes face to face with Yaichi, the charismatic leader of a group of bandits who call themselves the Five Leaves, and is presented with the opportunity to work as his bodyguard. Although he is worried about their intentions, Masanosuke is intrigued by the group and agrees to work with them. Number 7, Miss Hokusai. The historical anime film Miss Hokusai is a production of Production IG that ran for a total of 90 minutes and was released on May 9, 2015. The events of the anime begin in the year 1814 in Edo, Japan, during the Edo period. OEI was the daughter of the renowned artist Katsushika Hokusai, who is most well known for his print The Great Wave off Kanagawa, which has become an iconic work of art. OEI shares a home and a workplace with her father, where she assists him in his artistic endeavors while also pursuing her own artistic career. However, she is becoming an increasingly accomplished artist in her own right. In public, she may present herself as the demure and reserved lady that was expected of women in the Japanese culture of the time. However, behind the scenes in the studio, she is a sassy, independent woman who smokes a pipe and is more than capable of holding her own against her father and the other men in his circle. This is an absolute must-watch for anybody who is interested in seeing animation tell a wider variety of stories. It is immediately apparent that Miss Hokusai is not going to be a typical film adaptation of a biography from the moment the film's title music begins to play, which features an unexpectedly contemporary sound. You won't find another animated film quite like this one anywhere else in the world in the course of this year. Number 6, Nobunaga Concerto. Ayumi Ishii is the author and illustrator of the Nobunaga Concerto manga series, which is published in Japan. Since May 2009, it has been published as a serial in Shogakukan's monthly Shinen Sunday, and as of February 2022, its chapters have been collected in a total of 22 tankobon volumes. The main character, Saba, is a teenager who finds himself transported back in time to the Sengoku period of Japan. It is imperative that he transform into the legendary warlord Oda Nobunaga, who is instrumental in the unification of Japan. Between July and September of 2014, Fuji TV aired an adaptation of a 10-episode anime television series that was based on the manga. In addition, from October through December of 2014, Fuji TV aired an adaptation of the story in the form of an 11-part television drama. In Japan, the first screening of a live-action film took place in January of 2016. The Nobunaga Concerto manga had over 3.5 million copies in circulation as of February 2016, when this report was compiled. The Shonen Category Award for the 57th Shogakukan Manga Award was given to the manga in the year 2012. Number 5. Mononoke. Toei Animation's Mononoke is a groundbreaking anime television series that was created for the Japanese market. The horror anthology series Ayakashi, Samurai Horror Tales was released in 2006, and Mononoke is a spin-off of that series. Mononoke follows the character of the medicine seller as he continues to face a variety of supernatural dangers. Number 4. Sengoku Basara, Samurai Kings. Yasuyuki Muto is responsible for the series' planning and writing, while Itsuro Kawasaki is the primary director of the show's episodes. Sengoku Basara, Samurai Kings is an action/historical anime television series produced by Production IG and based on the Capcom video game series of the same name. The first episode of the series was broadcast on the Chubu Nippon Broadcasting (CBC) station in Japan in April of 2009. Other networks, such as TBS, MBS, and Unimax, began airing the episodes within a few days of the initial broadcast. The events of this anime take place in feudal Japan during the Bloody Warring States period. A great number of generals engaged in a never-ending power struggle. However, there was one man who proved to be an insurmountable obstacle, the Dark Lord Oda Nobunaga. Two young warriors from different regions who become bitter enemies, Sanada Yukimura and Date Masamune, begin to form an unlikely alliance with the rest of the generals in order to defeat the Devil King. Number 3. Gintama. Hideaki Sorachi is the author and illustrator of the Gintama manga series, which is published in Japan. The action of the story takes place in Edo, which has been taken over by extraterrestrial beings known as a manto. Jintoki Sakata, a samurai, is the protagonist of the story. He and his friends Shinpachi Shimura and Kagura are trying to make enough money to pay the monthly rent by freelancing. After suggesting that he write a historical series, Sorachi decided to give the story a science fiction setting so that he could develop characters more to his liking. It was originally published in Shueisha's weekly Shinen Jump from December 2003 until September 2018, and then in Jump Giga from December 2018 until February 2019. It was concluded on the Gintama app in May and June of this year. Sunrise has created an original video animation, OVA, based on the series, and it was presented at Jump Festa 2006 Anime Tour in 2005. After this, a complete anime television series containing 367 episodes aired on TV Tokyo beginning in April 2006 and running until October 2018, when it finally concluded. There have been 3 animated movies created so far. The debut of the first movie took place in April of 2010. The premiere of the second film took place in July of 2013. The premiere of the third and final film took place in January of 2021. There have also been a number of light novels and video games based on the Gintama franchise in addition to the anime series. Warner Bros. Pictures presented a live-action adaptation of the same name in the form of a film that was released in Japan in July of 2017. Number 2, Hakuoki. The anime revolves to a young woman named Chizuru Yukimura, who lives in Japan in the year 1864. She is looking for her missing father, Kodo, who is a doctor by profession and whose job frequently takes him away from home. Chizuru, however, hasn't heard from him in months, so she assumes the identity of a man and travels to Kyoto in order to look for him there. She attempts to conceal herself after attracting the attention of Ronin, but ends up seeing a horrifying sight: crazed men with white hair killing Ronin in a brutal manner. Unanticipatedly, members of the Shinsengumi show up to eliminate the monsters. This is an unexpected turn of events. However, Chizuru's safety does not last for very long because a group of men quickly ties her up and takes her back to their headquarters, where they debate whether or not to let her live or permanently silence her. However, once she reveals the name of her father, the Shinsengumi decide to protect her because they, too, have been looking for him. The Shinsengumi have been searching for him. However, Kodo is more closely associated with the Shinsengumi than they let on, and Chizuru soon finds herself caught in the middle of a conflict between the Shinsengumi and their adversaries, in addition to the political unrest in Kyoto. Number 1, Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo is a historical adventure anime television series that originally aired in Japan in 2004. The television production studio Manglobe made its debut with this series, which consisted of 26 episodes and aired from May 2004 through March 2005. After having only a portion of it aired on Fuji TV at first, it was finally shown in its entirety on Fuji Network system. The series takes place in a made-up version of Japan during the Edo period and blends historical details with references to contemporary culture, including hip-hop. In this anime series, the protagonists are a tea waitress named Fu, a vagrant outlaw named Mugen, and a Ronin named Jin. After rescuing Mugen and Jin from being executed, Fu forces the two of them to assist her in locating a samurai whose scent is similar to that of sunflowers. The show is structured similarly to that of a road movie, and its primary themes include the contrast between its setting and its emphasis on tolerance and acceptance of minorities. Another central theme involves the portrayal and acceptance of death. Leave a comment below if you think we forgot something or if you want us to include your all-time favorite anime in our next video. Please don't forget to turn on the notification and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any new videos of the featured anime list or any other content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.